I'll talk about the best things, okay, that happened for the exam. Okay, basically in the preparation time, like what actually was like something I think was the best things. Of course the grades were the best things, but yeah, part of it. And but of course, like I was able to translate my work, like the work I put in, into marks, which was something, because these exams are high on accuracy. And I told you even like how much you have already seen how much percentage on each and every mark goes up, right? So how much marks are important in it, like each and every mark is important. Anyways, so yeah, like so let's get to the best part. I have made notes for it. I'll open it. I made like partially the notes, I think, for this part. Let's see how much I'm able to cover. So I think this is the notes part, the second part of the notes. Okay. So yeah, the best part, I think, because I did everything on my terms this time and I still scored the grades I wanted. So now for my parents, for myself, I have more confidence, doing things my way. And now nobody can tell me like your ways are the thing that or might be you have to change, which I never listened to anyways. But I have more confidence now, right? And nobody said anything that okay, so we want to take it. We got perfect parents, we got perfect everyone, we got perfect, okay? So, and what like all the guidance we get on YouTube for study motivation, that you have to do this and you have to do that, and then only you can be can maybe academically be excellent. I didn't do any of that. Okay, anyways, so I did everything on my terms this time, and basically I was robotic affirming all the damn time from this month. Like I think from the 31st or the 1st, I was robotically affirming like anything. Like I was robotically affirming day and night. I wasn't seeing anything like as such content. And whenever I was like, I redirected myself every single time, but I really didn't see anything, right? I was on track about it, okay? And any kind of reels about like any kind of shows, I was like, I got myself back. Hardly. So I was like, before the exams, I was like too consistent with my affirming. I was affirming as long as I was awake, and I was trying to stay awake more, okay? So then with like when it was like 10, 12, 15 days left, I was trying to study, but I think 10 to 12 days was something I was like very much sincerely doing, affirming as well, and my studies as well. So I wasn't like I compromised on my affirming, I did the studies. No, I did my robotic affirming, and I did it all day just like the other days. And I had already learned my notes, which took me around like I had already prepared notes in the qualifier time, and I have like in the September batch I joined, but then I properly joined the whole thing, the foundation level, in the Jan batch. Okay, so I had prepared my notes at the time from the lecture transcripts, and I had my notes. Okay, now I'm efficient with my note making as well. Okay, I have found out new ways. I might share it in later videos, but yeah. So I basically had prepared the notes, so I learned the notes in like around 4 days. I think I was like really lenient, okay? And I did it in May only, when when there were breaks, okay? Yeah, and I was staying consistent with my studies, and I had started from like 17th May, 17th May. I studies more consistently. So I think, yeah, at that time I had I properly read the stats notes, and the next day I was like, and the next day I read properly this computed thinking notes, I and then week by week I basically, in the next day, okay, in the third day you can say, I basically blurted this computer thinking notes. Each week notes took me like half an hour for blurting, okay, and I had already seen the notes properly, okay, in the previous 2 days, which was very lenient of me because I normally see it in half an hour max. So yeah, like max, like the whole 4 week notes, maybe in 1 hour max, okay. I think so. Might have taken more, 1.5 hours, but I don't know. But that's about it, okay. You can say I had seen the notes in 2 hours, okay, in the previous days, right? 2 hours for stats and 2 hours for computer thinking, okay, in the previous 2 days. Then, or maybe 2 to 4 hours, that's it. I just read them, through the AI only. The AI read it for me, and I was sincerely focusing on it, okay. And then I basically, my pace was, on the third day I did the CT notes blurting, okay, which is like the mind map way of blurting, okay, which I might talk about in the later videos if you guys comment. Yeah, so that has really fastened my pace of me taking days to learn a thing, okay, to basically me being able to do like, even like, I can do 4 weeks of content like half an hour as well if I really try, okay. But I was lenient, so I did in like 1 week's content. Like I have done like the maths one, I did like previously, in the previous term, I did like 1 week's thing. I tried, I saw the notes, and then I tried blurting, and I was able to do it in the half an hour. And then I saw 3 weeks of content, like notes, and then I blurted the 3 weeks notes of maths one, which is like, out of the 4, is like the most, bulky one. So I'm like most mind application one, you can say. Wait a second. Yeah. So in that I did like 3 weeks notes in like a half an hour. So I know you can do like 4 weeks of notes even in a half an hour, which is, bro, insane. Like, not insane, it's possible, but I have been able to make it possible for myself through the blurting technique I use, blurting mind map technique. Anyways, I might share it in the next videos. But yeah, it took me like leniently 1 week notes, as I did in like a half an hour, okay, the blurting part, or you can say 30 minutes, okay. And basically within 2 hours, okay, half an hour for each week, within 2 hours I was able to complete the CT part, okay, mind mapping the whole, blurting and mind mapping the whole CT notes, okay. And then from after that 2 hours, like 2 to 4.5 hours, I think, because it was the first day and everything, I was adding the information that was left, like, because I hardly put any examples, you can say, because I made up my own example. That part I was like, and then I was like, I had to add the examples from the notes, and the rest was like the objectives. I even wrote the objectives myself in the mind maps before, so I wrote the objectives this time. So most of the page was filled with objectives, couple of things that I had to also remember, but I don't think there was much more than examples for CT and objectives, learning objectives, which was like lines. Okay, so that occupied the space in the mind map, and that took me a little bit of time. Other than that, and that too, I was like very lenient with the pace, and within 4.5 hours, I think I was done with all the CD part. Okay, which I did like very leniently, very lenient. Okay, so yeah, like very relaxed way, but I was focused enough. Okay, and then for the next day, like on the fourth day, I did like statistics 1, notes blurting, and of course half an hour per week's note. Okay, I had half an hour for each week's note, for blurting each week's note, and then I made basically for stats 1 there was a little bit more content. I felt it was a bit hodgepodge otherwise, you know. So I made 2 weeks mind map on one page, and the other, 2 weeks mind map on the other page, which was a bit more, it wasn't so much hodgepodge. And then I added the points, a couple of points, like 2 or 3 formulas, like I think 1 formula maybe, and then examples, a couple of examples, and objectives at max. I think I remembered all the content wise. I think I remembered, right? The rest was like examples and a couple of pointers, which is like really less. So I was able to do that. So again, I was able to do half an hour. It took me half an hour per week notes, uploading per week notes in the mind map form, and then after after 2 hours, I was done with the 4 weeks of content, first week to fourth week content. Okay, learning that. So I had my mind maps ready. I could revise it from that, but I will say I did. Anyways, so that was something, and then in the gym, there were things. It's literally on my channel. Okay, I was occupied. Anyways, then my session started, and I was trying to manage everything, and up till the third, fourth week, I was really busy. Okay, like not really, but I would say I was busy. Okay, so I was literally posting content up to like 22. I know it was like at first it was like really in bulk, but then I had my assignments to do, everything. So, and I had the storage problem as well. So that's why it was something that I wasn't so much being able to do. Anyways, after that, I had a couple of days left. In that, I was trying to recalibrate myself, solving assignments, and then I was trying to affirm more, okay, because that was really important for me. And by the first, I think I was able to first, or maybe a little bit before that, I think it was first. So I basically started my properly affirming all the time. I'm still doing it, and I'm still trying to again get back on track, because on the exam day and just before that, I was a bit I was involved in the study. Other than that, but I still was affirming, but still, right? And I also started to listening to Rita Kaminsky's subliminals for my specific topic. Anyways, so yeah. So this was some things at it, and then basically all my turns basically was that I was robotically affirming all day every day, and I was basically in my room, not sitting on on my desk and laptop, right, and everything, and study table, and there I was studying. It wasn't like that. So I wasn't studying on my study table and everything. I was basically lying in my bed and solving the paper on my phone. Okay, from the website that has the past papers, etc. If you have seen in my videos, then you will have maybe. So basically, I practiced through the CBT website, just like lying down and also firming on it, properly, even whilst I was doing the papers. So that was something really great, that I was able to maintain both the things. So that really gives me confidence for future as well. I'm able to maintain both the things, and I basically gave like 2 to 4 hours at max. Okay, you can say 2 hours at max. 1 to 2 hours I took for solving statistics paper, when I was just doing it like in the start and everything, right? And as far as computer thinking paper, I was able to solve it within half an hour to 1 hour. Yeah, so it took me like 2 to 4 hours because I had to check as well, the things I wanted to correct from the papers, everything, I understand. That's what the papers are for, right? Basically. And I was also able to know like how much I'm able to score, and I was able to score consistently. Like my score did increase. Again, I was able to score on some papers 100% computer thinking, and then that's one I was able to score 80%, and one of them I scored 100. So I think 80% I was able to score. But I would say I scored 100% because that's the reality. We scored 100% in like the exams, the papers we solved at home, like the PYQs we solved at home. We scored 100% in my assignments as well. We scored 100% in all kinds of assignments I had, and I scored 100% in my quiz one exam, and I scored 100% in every exam always. That's the reality. That's it. That's how you have to also train your mindset, because truth being told, we only got 100%. Okay, that's about it. And yeah, so basically my parents are not like right now that I have to compulsorily sit on my desk and chair, study table and study there for like 6 hours straight. That kind of thing is not now. Okay, thankfully I was able to do things my way and still get through. Okay, and now I also have confidence, and now they also don't, like they're like, okay, you can do it your way, and they were also like just succeed with your way, and then you'll be like, yeah, you can do it your way then. Okay, and still, like, even though they told me to sit like on the desk and chair, still I was like lying in a bed and doing papers. And after a point in time when only 10-12 days were left, they were like, okay, it's better than because I was not able to go there and study 6 hours straight, man. Anyways, so that's why I was like, I would have started studying even before than I did, like in the whole July month. But if I would be like, I can do it here, I can do it in my bed, because I did that for my English one, and that's one. So, and they were like, English one is easy. English one is easy. Anybody can score it. Bro. If I score good, like in that subject, then just accept it. I'm good at it. And then they were like, CT and stats one is difficult. Okay? So, but I scored good in it, and now they're like, yeah, you can do it, girl. But that confidence and that trust is when you need it the most, is when, like, before the exams, right? and that to like unwavering trust. I am able to put in people, and I think they will be able to. I got baby. So, anyways, good for them. Good for me. Anyways, so that was something, and yeah, I studied like 2 to 4 hours. It wasn't even 6 hours, and yeah, only 12 weeks. And I was able to do like 2 papers, like 1 paper of CT and 1 paper of stats on an average, per day. At max, I got up to like 4 papers in the day. That's it. Like, that's the max. I think I did only 2 papers on an average. So 1 paper was of CD and 1 paper was of stats 1. So by the end of the tape, I was able to complete it. Okay, because there were 9 papers of each. Okay, for 3 years. Like, I practiced only 3 years plus 3 years paper. Okay, yeah. So yeah, this time these 2 things have been good, and I'm really happy with my results, and I'm really happy that I put in the effort and the efforts worked out, and I stayed positive, and the exam results were in my highest favor, which also increases my faith that no matter what, keep going, right? Because sometimes you do this thing, and then you are like disappointed, but like, I wouldn't say that's the case. That's not the truth. And when I say it, I mean it. It's not the truth. Okay, when you accept that always things can go only your way, which is part of the ultimate spiritual truth, which I will be talking on my channel someday. Okay, like on my manifested with Aditi Rajnanda channel. White. So yeah, like, according to UST, ultimate spiritual truth, okay, we call it UST, okay. So yeah, I always score 100% in every percent that I give. I always have academic success. I can only experience Aditi Rajnanda's perfect soul desires expressed 100%, fulfilled 100%, okay. So, which is always proof, like the proof is like something that's like, you have to just accept the fact, like, things can only go the Rajnanda's way. Like, so that one has to accept, like, no matter what I'm thinking, no matter what I'm doing, no matter what, things will only go my way. So I did align with the perfect mindset, did align with the ultimate spiritual truth, which also says that I always score a good grade. I get exactly what I want. Like, I would say I'm working to Aditi Rajnanda, so Aditi Rajnanda gets exactly what Aditi Rajnanda wants, okay? Always. And nothing negative happens. Negatives do not exist in my life always. So when one persists, they get what they want, okay. But you don't have to lose hope at any given point. If you persist, even if you are like first time consciously doing it, which I think, like, I wouldn't say that. I would say, like, you always knew a conscious manifestation, and you always did in your highest favor, manifest everything in your highest favor, but only if it's with alignment with the Aditi Rajnanda, definitely. And Aditi Rajnanda also wants the same. Truly. Okay? So, because it's Aditi Rajnanda's reality, because I mean, like, Aditi Rajnanda is seeing through Aditi Rajnanda's senses, right? Aditi Rajnanda cannot see through your senses. So it's Aditi Rajnanda's reality. Even if you tell your viewpoint, your life story, it's still Aditi Rajnanda processing it through Aditi Rajnanda's senses. It's still not, I'm not experiencing things through your senses. So Aditi Rajnanda can only experience Aditi Rajnanda's life and through Aditi Rajnanda's senses. So everything that I'm able to see, I'm able to talk to you guys, all is a part of, like, everything that Aditi Rajnanda truly wants to be a part of Aditi Rajnanda's life is part of Aditi Rajnanda's life. So my perfect soul desired people are part of Aditi Rajnanda's life. Part of. It's still Aditi Rajnanda's reality. So yeah, one has to just keep the mindset aligned to their truest desires, fulfillment every day, every time. And you don't know how close you are. Like, you don't know, like, how things can effortlessly work out for you. Like, you really know, like, deep down you know you have all the information, like, in every single cell of you, right? Like, every single particle of this universe has all the information of the universe. But at the same time, we have to channelize it. So it's something, okay? Still, when you truly align with that, you already know everything. You stick to the knowing that you already really know everything in the universe. So yeah, guys, just stay persistent, just persevere, persist, and yeah, things always, like with law of assumption, with UST, with God timeline, everything always works out in Aditi Rajnanda's highest favor, and definitely with one's highest favor only if it's aligned with Aditi Rajnanda's truest desires fulfillment. Yeah, so definitely. And if you truly realize, we all have, like, everyone does have Aditi Rajnanda, the same set of truest soul desires. So everyone would have the same set of desires as Aditi Rajnanda always. So it is what it is, guys. Persist in the truth. Truth being, like, there's so much to the truth, but at the very basic level, like, I'll do for my perspective, you can do it for yours, and if it's aligned with Aditi Rajnanda's truest desires, definitely it'll work out. Okay? Yeah. It's within Aditi Rajnanda's boundaries, yeah, it will definitely work out. So and definitely everyone has same set of desires as Aditi Rajnanda always. Everyone that is God is one but imperfect expression always, and does have the same set of desires. So it is what it is. So the only person Aditi Rajnanda has to look up to, like, has to look the desires of, is Aditi Rajnanda herself. That's it. Aditi Rajnanda has to only look at Aditi Rajnanda's set of desires, and Aditi Rajnanda would know what everybody in the universe, everything in the universe and beyond wants. Truly, because everything is always on board. And you have to persist in the fulfillment, in the truth that just like I would say for myself, that all the Aditi Rajnanda's perfect soul desires are always fulfilled. Okay, in the mindset, in the perfect mindset, and perfect Aditi Rajnanda's truest soul desires fulfillment mindset. Okay, being in a diagnosed perfect soul-centered fulfillment mindset always is definitely a part of this ultimate spiritual truth, and definitely accepting, okay, for oneself is really, like, really gets you through everything. You can never, like, I can never fail at manifesting, and like, you know, in Aditya in this perfect soul desired way, the way Aditya truly wants people to succeed, people can only succeed with manifesting only the way Aditya truly wants within Aditya this truest soul desired boundaries. It is true, even when I stated, when I'm saying something else, I still, what stands true stands true. Okay, we just have to persist in the truth, and we see the truth, more of the truth. So there's never failure, there's always success. Okay, you just have to keep going. Okay, in all aspects of life. It's not like one aspect only, every aspect of life. Remember that. Okay? So I basically did everything that I wanted to do, and I still got my desired result. Now I'm even more confident about doing things my own way, and my parents are also confident about it, that I'll do things my own way and still things would work out. I can still score good, everything. Yeah. So anyways, I think that's about it. Like the video, I think it was like 1st or 2nd August. It's 2nd August. Okay. Anyways, I had already recorded the success party. Okay, so next video would be the success party of this. Okay. Yeah. So stay tuned for it. Maybe I'll upload it the same day or the next day. Let's see. Yeah. Bye guys. That's all for today. Love and light. All the platonic love to people that I want to give platonic love to. Okay? Yeah. Bye.